The hype train is about to get back on the tracks. All right. Kieran has been tweeting nonstop. I'm going to be out of the council. Josh.eth is going to be in. It's all bullish. ILV is probably going to go to the moon. But what has he been saying? What's been happening in the Illuvium ecosystem over the past 2 weeks? Because last week I took all the time I would have taken on the Download Illuvium news, and I did some panels for the IMC nominees to help the community make the best possible decision that they could. I'm really glad I did that. Everyone received it really, really well. I'm glad I gave everyone as much of a fair shot as I could. The two that couldn't even make it, I shared their responses with the people on the panel, and one of them got in and one of them came a really close 6th. So we absolutely love to see that. It is certainly depressing, Drac. I will definitely find a different video at some stage if I can be bothered. Or I'll pick one of the other preset ones. But they all look kind of weird, to be honest. Like, they got rid of the good countdown one. I don't know what happened to it. Anyways, we're getting too off track there. How's it going, Quants? How's it going, man? Not first this time, Drac. They beat you to it, apparently. They beat you to it. All right. So let's jump straight into it. Unfortunately, TSG couldn't make it. He told me a few hours before now, not enough time for me to be bothered changing the thumbnail. So sorry for anyone who saw the thumbnail, thought TSG was on. Doesn't look that way. I sent the link to Sam. Let's see if he comes. No idea, but he's disappeared for a little bit. Sometimes he just does that. I guess he's probably DJing in Singapore or some shit. I don't know. All right, let's do it. So first, we've got the new roadmap. So much has happened over these past 2 weeks. This episode won't go too long. They don't usually tend to go too crazy when I'm on my own, but there is a lot to get through and you will not regret watching this video. So the first thing is we've got the thumbnail. So Q1 and Q2 2025, Q2 is still ongoing, obviously. So a bunch of this stuff was not quite in yet. It is all in now. PvE rewards, I don't know if that's necessarily, I don't quite know what that means. Gauntlet end screen panel, that's all in. See other people's custom board, I believe that's in as well. So everything on the Q2 list is in. We're entering Q3 at the end of May, and we'll start to see some other things. But really, this is a pretty good indication of just how much stuff they've gotten in. Like, some of this is a little bit random, like Stripe payment and multi-chain are pretty big deal, actually. Fuel rev disk to landholder, pretty big deal as well. Remove the order book, like that probably wasn't that big of a deal, you know what I mean? And you know what? These are all pretty big deal. They're not really putting in like the tiny minuscule stuff. These are all really big items they put into these. So this shows you just how many things have happened and improved with Illuvium over the past 2 quarters or 1 quarter and a bit. And it's only going to get way more interesting over the next month or two. They also have a post for the past, way less items on this one. And then for work in progress and coming soon, in 2 weeks, I have a video coming out where I cover this in a bit more detail. But the vertical slice is the really big thing from the MMO-Lite here. And then for the arena, we have a bunch of different things. Most notably, suit and weapon amplifiers are what I'm most excited for. Tutorial revamp will be really good. UI improvements. And then arena mobile and game localization are really key here as well. And wave 4, we've got all the different things. I don't know what the rulebook is. Collection album updates. I'm actually really excited to see what they're all about in this update there. Websites, unified leaderboards, unified store. Those are really cool. Unified store in particular. Hopefully it goes into the game in some way. Website localization, border integration, all the rest of it. These are some really cool things. Just quickly, guys, don't forget to use my promo code if you are going to be buying discs in the Illuvium Beyond Wave 4 sale or buying fuel or whatever. I really appreciate that. But the other thing that I was going to say, and I've forgotten to say. Crap. All right. It'll come to me. It'll come to me. Sorry, guys. Okay. The next thing is Beyond Wave 4 date locked and loaded. It is going to be on May 20th. So from the time I'm recording / streaming this, it will be in 4 days from now, basically. Probably 4 and a bit because I'm in Australia. So I'm at the front of the world in terms of time zones. May 20th. Very exciting. They normally release this sort of stuff at like a 6, 7 a.m. my time. So let's say it's going to be in about, almost 5 days, let's say. Almost 5 days is when Illuvium Beyond Wave 4 is going to release. Very exciting. I have no idea how much money I'll have to spend on this. Currently, I'm just kind of like waiting for the bull run to kick off and I don't really have any spare cash lying around or anything like that. But if you guys use my code a bunch, then maybe I'll have enough to buy some discs of my own. I will definitely be trying to snag 1 or 2 alpha discs. I absolutely have to. Let's see what we get, but it should have some really cool Illuvatars in this one. So I'm looking forward to seeing what happens. The next one is Gauntlet patch 1.9.0. So there's the big patch that came to mainnet with all the different features and things. The game is so much more fun to play. It might not be like the best thing ever balance-wise. Like, it's pretty good, I think. I mean, I'm the pro expert or whatever. I'm really enjoying it. It's just the replayability with regional augments and all the synergy stuff, way off the charts. It's so much more fun. The shop still feels a little bit like it's buggy to some people, I think. Where you just like can't find certain alluvial sometimes. But for the most part, I've been having a really good time. I've been playing really well. I'm just over 1,300 now. I'm going to try push for 1,400 next week, probably. I want to spend some time playing Battlefront 2 and Civ this week. But I can't wait. And the patch, I'm having so much fun. I'm going to do at least one more balance change. Maybe next week would be good. Because I feel like the recent balance change was really good. They kind of nerfed Bulwarks and Templars a bit and made the game more fun to play. But there's still more work to be done. For Frost, I used it the other day. Absolutely dumb. Bonding is probably in June alongside weapon and suit amplifiers. That's my understanding from Council. As for Council, I'm not going to be on Council next epoch, so I don't know how I'm going to get specialized information for you guys. I might have to just send Kieran a bunch of DMs all the time. That'd be really funny, but we'll see how we go. Okay, so multi-accounting policy clarification. This has been a little bit contentious, but leading up to this, a lot of people were asking about what the policy is because they felt like many in the ecosystem were abusing the rewards and leaderboard systems. And so they were asking for this. And then it came in and it's honestly very harsh. Only one account per household may be used to earn rewards. However, if you don't do it this way, it's very easy to circumvent and abuse. And so really, this is the only way you can do it. I would like to see special circumstances coming for certain people. If they can like prove to you that they're 2 individuals in a household, then you let them do it. But at the same time, how do you stop one of them from playing on the other one's account and then boosting them both up? You know what I mean? So it's a really slippery slope. I hope there's like more nuance to it that comes down the road, but I don't mind the really solid approach coming right out the gate here. So overall, net positive, but I hope to see this iterated on in the future and over time in general, for sure. Okay, the next one. IMC results are in and committee appointments begin. So the IMC has been elected for Epoch 11. Let's have a look at the votes really quickly. Okay. We have Kieran with 15% of the votes. I believe most of them were from him, probably some others and stuff as well. Josh.eth with 12% of the votes. Quick reminder that I got 25% of the votes last epoch, so none of them broke my record. Just wanted to put that out there. I still can't believe that happened. Anyways, Josh.eth with 12%. Paz with 11% of the votes. Love to see that. Jag with almost 10% of the votes. Philo with 350 votes, 9.6%. Dr. Spood only just missing that mark with 290 votes. And it was actually really close all the way down. Batat just behind him. Viper just behind him again. Linky did really well. I think there's a good chance he could become IMC in the next epoch as he builds out his Illuvi Vault. People recognize it even more and more. He'll definitely gain more popularity, more respect in the community, and people will really want to vote him up there. So looking forward to that. Tholke, unfortunately, I really hoped he would do a lot better. Mission Pool as well, and Taran, I was really hoping all of them would do even better than they did, but that's fine. Thorix, Najafe, Nasty, Big Man, and Two Haze. Really weird to see Two Haze right at the bottom there. I love Two Haze, but I don't know how keen he was on it exactly. But I hope he gets ICC at some stage, even if not this epoch. He definitely needs to be on the ICC at some point. Absolute monster, does excellent work for the community. All right. So that is your IMC. So Illuvium Beyond Wave 4 Buyer's Guide is now live. We're going to have a look at that a little bit later because I have a little bit of alpha that we want to go through. But basically, there's a time for it. It's kicking off Wednesday, 5:30 a.m. Yeah, just under 5 days from now. And what's really cool is we just saw a leak where the alpha discs and the regular discs are going to be selling at the exact same time. So alpha's only available for the first day, first 24 hours. but they're both going to be selling at the same point. So even if the alpha discs sell out, you won't have to wait 24 hours until you can then go and buy all of the other kinds of discs. So really important change there. I love to see it. You can also use fuel for this. So I might have to activate a bunch of my crates, maybe buy another crate or two, and just get as much fuel as I possibly can for Illuvium Beyond Wave 4. Again, if you are buying fuel, please put my referral code in the Illuvidex first. I beg of you. All right, now we get to some of the leagues. Okay, first up, we've got the Abyssal Basin battle board. Someone correct me if I'm wrong. I'm pretty sure this is the Abyssal Basin battle board. We've got a really cool piece of art from Leviathan. I don't think this is specifically Wave 4. I think Scoriox was an earlier wave. I'm pretty sure Stabin was. This might be Wave 4, actually. Now that I'm thinking about it, this might be Wave 4. Okay. This definitely isn't. We've already had Joe Call and Adore. That one's really cool as well. Oh, this is probably indicating one of the waves. Okay, so I think these are all in the same wave, I'm pretty sure. So very cool to see that. Another shot from the Abyssal Basin board. They've got different expressions. Oh, no, wait, that's the same image. No, it's not. Yes, it's the same image. We've got this one here from Wave 1. And then this one here from what looks to be Wave 2. Yes, Ophisto. Wave 2 for this one here. They're really, really cool. I can't wait to see the album evolve in this wave. I'm not that set on buying a ton of discs, but I'm really excited to see the new evolutions to Illuvium Beyond album and start collecting slowly over time all over again. Absolutely love it. The next thing is we've got a leak from Roger here. I've downloaded it for you guys. Let's zoom in a little bit. There we go. Let's check it out. We can see the new mud. So when you get like a certain threshold of mud, I don't necessarily think it has to be, it might be higher than 2 or 3 or 4. I don't know when exactly it'll trigger, but this is what happens on your board when you get mud, which will be really cool. Oh, this is just the mud one. Okay, cool. All right. And next, we've got a new Camel leak with a slightly different variation. Which synergy do you think this is? This has got to be Inferno. I don't think it's Magma. There's not enough dark colors for Magma. It's got to be Inferno, or maybe just Fire. Maybe they're just doing the 5 basic synergies for him. I have no idea. The next thing we've got is another video from Roger here, where it's just some sort of intro or highlight video or something of the album or the new album feature. So I'd love to see that. We've also got this image that looks wacky as hell. I really don't know how I feel about this one. It could be the Pit in Brightland. I don't think it is, but it could be Quants. It's a good catch. This is just like a bit too wacky for me. Like the Mjol looks really, really dumb. But at the same time, I really love that top on the Jokel. I love how quirky and silly it is. We have fun with it. That's half the point of the Illuvium Beyond. It's not, it doesn't try to take itself too seriously. You know what I mean? Okay. So the next one is we've got, I don't think it's a battle board at all, but this is just a sneak peek at Shardbruff Labyrinth. We've got the battle board from Crystal Shores. And some new leaks of people said it was some sort of panel. I guess it says square panel right there. Looks like some sort of doorway or panelway, hopefully entering some sort of unique thing you can find when you go into the new MMO-Lite. That could be really, really cool to see. After that, we've got Aaron. I just wanted to point out, this is really funny to me. Aaron says, once again, I missed out on my spot on the council. So no one voted for him. Unbelievable, guys. Unbelievable. All right. The next thing is something I wanted to draw attention to, okay? So Lil Glitchy mentions that there's some sort of new Alpha VFX. And Jeremy says that someone saw it. And Roger says, how did they see it? There's apparently a small hint in the buyer's guide, a very small print. So just briefly, let's give ourselves 2 minutes to go through the buyer's guide and see if we can spot this new VFX. I don't think it has anything to do with this. Wave 4, set 1, 227. It doesn't look like it's here. Standard disc, 500 fuel and 3000 fuel. That's pretty in line with everything. Not forgetting the discs are actually slightly cheaper this time around than they've ever been in the past. On face value, obviously SRV2, you could always get discs a little bit cheaper. They're slightly cheaper now because when you buy fuel in certain thresholds and certain buckets, you get a 20% discount on the fuel purchase. So technically, you can get discs for a little bit cheaper than in past waves, generally speaking, at least. Sale details: 2,500 standard alpha discs at 999 fuel, 1,000 mega alpha. I'll probably only get one or two of them, maybe two if I can scrounge together the money. Let me know down below how many of these discs you're actually getting yourself, and if you're using my referral code or not. We've got these new alpha discs. I love the little 4 tag there. We can see the different points earning like we had in last waves. I don't care as much about the points this way because there's no gold Scoriox to obtain, but that's just me. 3 random accessories, 1 bonus tier 0 Illuvium, mega disc, disc load distribution, the weight of randomness and all that. We've seen all that already. We've got all that accessory stuff, expressions and all the rest of it. I don't see anything. Small print. Did you guys find what they're talking about? And now have a new VFX when sleeved into an album. The Wave 4 Alpha sale offers a limited run of special alpha discs that provide no gameplay advantage in Beyond, but offer extra points towards both personal and community stretch goals, and now have a new VFX when sleeved into an album. Interesting. So they're going to have a brand new VFX. Like, is the VFX going to be ongoing? That's the big question for me. That's the big question for me. Is, are you going to like look at your album and like you're going to see the alpha ones are just like extra shiny and they're moving and hovering and things like that? Or is it just when you put it in there? I think it's like an ongoing one, which would actually be really cool to see in the album. So I'm looking forward to that. The next thing is the watches are ready to be distributed. I think I've already got their shipping order for my one. So I think that most of them are distributed. If you haven't put in your order yet, obviously it'll get distributed at some point. But I've sent out the first shipment the other day, so I'm loving and looking forward to it. I can't wait to receive it. This box is actually really nice too. Absolute dedication from the team there. We've got some more Illuvitar's leaks. Oh, someone dropped the link for the post that confirms all the different Illuvitars that are available on the wave. I can't remember where it is. Sent me the Basin battle board. Oh, the Abyssal battle board is so cool. All right, I'm going to bring that up. Hold on. Look at that. Magical. I mean, this low resed it for some reason, but really, really cool. I'm looking forward to that one. All right, we got some more leaks right here. Very, very nice. What looks to be an Exalted Grilla. Absolutely love to see it. Up next, we've got some more here. We've got Ebb. Or I think it's Ebb. No, it's not Ebb. It's Flood. Yes, I think it's Flood. I think that's Gazatep. Maybe. I'm actually not entirely sure. This new Stabin is absolutely sick. I like Slashing way more, but this Octius is Octius. Yes, Octius. This Octius, I need this Illuvitar. I might actually change my PFP if I had this with the chain and everything. That is my goal. If anyone gets a sick Octius that's a holo, oh my god. Oh my god, this is my favorite Illuvitar I've ever seen. Like, I really want to equip the gold Scoriox, but everyone has it, and so it doesn't feel as unique or special to me personally, but it is. Yeah, you can get free fuel from playing ranked Gauntlet and getting top 4. That's absolutely right. Even I've won my fair share of free fuel. I mean, not that much. I'm not that good at the game, but I've won it every now and then. So on Leviathan, Neil says that we're currently debugging Leviathan to ensure it's in the best possible shape when it's time to launch. And it's extremely helpful that you're playing from time to time, and the feedback and bug reports are valuable. They're also running internal sessions to collect logs and identify issues, which is good to see. Leviathan is currently being held off until we have a big enough player base to efficiently split the queues. That's a really big concern of the team right now. Is we have ranked Gauntlet right now, and then if you take some of those players and put them in Leviathan, what happens to ranked Gauntlet? It has not enough players, everyone stops playing, and it just sucks all around for the Illuvium ecosystem. So we need to make sure that we have a confident player base first. I think the bots will really help with this, though, so I like to see that. Neil actually did mention that we haven't had a single game with more than 2 bots yet. And yes, they are also in Leviathan. I thought 2 was the maximum. But it seems like some bots have gotten into games a little bit, which is good to see that they're helping fill out the queues a bit. But like I've seen some of the internal stuff. Basically, I think it would be quite rare now for your queue time to go longer than, let's say, like 10 minutes. The bots will probably help out at about that stage. They're not coming in super early into your queuing up unless they've changed some of the back end stuff. So Trevor and Stephen have weighed in some stuff this week as well. Trevor said that the reason for low friction multiplayer, for example, what if you and another player happen to be fighting the same enemies and you automatically start to gain a passive party bonus with that player? Would that hurt the solo experience or make it better? I think this is really important to make sure that people feel like they're in a world inhabited by other players, even when they don't have a bunch of people to party up with or squad up with on a day-to-day basis. I think this is really cool. I'm looking forward to the MMO-Lite and all the squatting up and stuff we're going to do and things like that. Steven says here that he can say for now that we've got a lot of tech work in front of us to get combat, multiplayer, boss encounters, and item systems up and running. We've been focused on getting those elements ready for the vertical slice ASAP, which is really good to see there. We've also got all of the boss leaks. Linky collected them for us, so I'm not going to go grab them individually. Here is one where it says a little bit of details about how the boss fight is going to work. We've got an image of it and the boss room, which is a giant circular arena of some kind. We've got a lot more details on it, the different phases of it. For example, phase 2 has Chain Storm, destroying grounding plate. Phase 3, it activates it again. After it cycles above abilities, except Magnetic Beam triggers both front and back simultaneously. So they put a lot of detail into what the boss battle and the different moves it's going to have are actually going to look like. And they've drawn it up and stuff like that. This is really cool. I'm starting on my own game design and development journey now. So this sort of stuff is inspiring me a lot for the sort of stuff I might want to sketch out before I actually start developing systems, which is really fun to see. Here is an image of the boss inside the room and one of the early 3D model images of it. These sorts of 3D models are actually really telling because when you don't have enough detail or depth or form, this sort of thing where the entire body of something is one color, it really shows that it's not a very interesting character. But even if you have, when you design it properly, it starts to get really, really nice. And I love to see that. Also, we've got my little referral thing in the bottom left of that image. So everyone is now going to use my referral. Hopefully, we'll see how we go. Next thing is Kieran says that the first internal build of the boss fight comes this week. Let's get this show on the road. I'm going to ask him on the council on Monday if he can show us before I get booted out and never get to see anything ever again. The next thing is Kieran says a reminder of what's coming in the first demo, plus a bunch more. Let's have a look at this video quickly. I know it's a lot to ask, but that is all I wanted. Like, you don't need to full fix the overworld yet. Throw combat and alluvial companions in there, and I'm happy. All right? I would actually play it a bunch. It's taken us a while to get to starting this development, but we are starting on it now. Love to see it. Dennis says the game keeps getting better and better, watching it improve in real time. Like, a lot of people still have criticisms about the game, and that's fine. They say it's not good enough or whatever it is. But I don't think you can deny that the game is so much better than it was 1 month ago. And then it was better than it was 1 month before that. Constant improvement is how you get to that end goal. And as long as I see that it's continuously moving forward and not really taking steps backward, I'm perfectly happy with that. And I'm really excited for its future. We've also got some sort of Illuvium album layout video thing. What the hell is a keeper? Hold on. Points from keeper Illuvatars. The hell's a keeper Illuvatar? There's the 3 keepers at the top there. Does anyone know what this is about? I was not paying attention when I first watched this. All right. So we got all the collections like we had before. 10 Illuvatars a set. That's all normal. We've got album keepers. It looks like there's 3, and doesn't look like you can have more than 3. But maybe they're your top 3 Illuvatars and you get extra bonuses from them. Oh, maybe there's a specialized leaderboard just for your keepers. And so anyone can compete just by getting 3 super duper powerful Illuvatars. I think that's a really good idea because I love bonding this stuff. It would actually make me put more effort into that if I could create like especially killer Illuvatars. Should increase volume for accessories and things as well. That's really cool. That's my guess. Obviously, I don't actually know if that's for sure, but I don't really ask about Beyond as often as I maybe should. You guys speculate on that too? What do you think these keepers are? I just think the name keepers is weird. I don't really know what that's about, but well, it looked like this is Rich's account, so I might ask him afterwards. We actually didn't finish the video. Sorry. Let's keep going. Oh, there we go. Elite slots to flaunt your epic Illuvatars, non-auto sleevable, with keeper points boosting your leaderboard glory. What the hell's glory? Well, at least we're getting more of a game out of Illuvium Beyond. I think that's pretty cool. Maybe it changes like like maybe Frost Illuvatars are boosted for this week or something like that. I don't know. Oh, shiny. That one's an alpha. Oh, there's the new Alpha VFX. We can see it. It's a bit too subtle in my opinion, but I like it. You can see it. It's on the Joker and it's on the links on the left there. Look at the effect. Oh, look at the shine. Okay, that's nice. Damn, there's a lot of alpha in this video, and I never really gave the video the time of day because this little intro sequence with the flippy shit is, I don't like it. I'm going to leave it at that. I don't like it. All right, the next thing, Fight for ETH while watching Kieran's stream said that the cinematic for the MMO Vertical Slice will be out early June. I heard on the Going Hyper podcast, Jackson say that he should have it done by next week. So it is coming soon. It might even come end of May. Probably going to wait until early June. There's a lot of activations and marketing beginning during June, July, and that sort of stuff. So really cool to see. Kieran says that the MMO cinematic is coming June, and then boss battles, influencers, he'll be contacting us shortly. The Arena relaunch, MMO hype video, MMO playtest, plus one more surprise in the middle. I think he's talking about Illuvium Beyond Wave 4 in a certain sense, but I'll leave that up to your imagination. Q3 is the quarter, the rebuild. The rebuild is happening right before our very eyes. Now is the best time to be an Illuvium fan, Illuvium games enjoyer, and more. And influencers, I'll be contacting you shortly. He hasn't contacted me yet. Everyone, go and drop a comment on this right now and tell him to contact me. Oh, wait, I could do that GIF. That waiting guy GIF. No, the one where he's like by the swings. Yeah, this one. All right. And that is it for episode 88 of the Download Illuvium News. If you made it to the end of the video, I do want to really hear your thoughts. Send me a DM, leave a comment, whatever. I want to hear your thoughts. For episode 100, what do I do? I mean, I could probably give away something. I don't know what I have to give away. That's my first instinct. Maybe I can host a special tournament. Hopefully spectator mode is out by then. It should be. We have a special 100th episode tournament or something like that. That could be really fun. If you have any ideas, let me know. Send me a DM. I really appreciate it. Have a good one, guys.